Alright, Soulchild back here again. Wanted to do a quick video on Tough Enough, which I've been watching religiously, and I didn't really start fully getting into till last night. I was a huge fan. Well, first off, I'm a huge fan of reality TV. I'm a huge fan of wrestling. So when you combine the two, it's all great. I love the first three Tough Enoughs. Some of my favorite reality series of all time. This one I've struggled getting into. And I wasn't sure why. I wasn't sure if it was the cast. I wasn't sure if it was Stone Cold rather than Al Snow, because I loved Al Snow as a trainer, because you really felt he cared about the people competing. Like, he really wanted them to succeed, and I wasn't sure if Stone Cold would be that way. But watching how he handled things last night, and in general, he's doing a good job. So I wasn't sure why I disliked it. And I think what it boiled down to was the lack of really knowing the people involved. Like, obviously, we know Luke. I mean, Luke's been a big deal. We know Jeremiah somewhat, but they really haven't gone too in-depth on these people, on what they're really about and why they're there and all that kind of stuff. And plus, I didn't like that they had training already anyway. I have always felt it should be people who are completely green and not people who are already, familiar with the business. But last night was heartbreaking. Now, Martin was just looking at the cast pictures, looking at all of them, I said Martin would win. He just had that look to me. Watching him on the show, I don't think he ever really stood a chance of winning the whole thing. He was solid and he was good, but I couldn't really ever see him being the winner. Martin as the Tough Enough champion. He doesn't fit the bill of a WWE superstar. Nonetheless, you could tell he loved the business, and he's somebody that you just wanted to root for. And you always gotta love the, just a straight up all-American good guy gimmick. Bob Backlund to a T. And I like that. I thought it was good, and I thought it would be him and Luke as a showdown at the end. But unfortunately, the injury, which was my thing in reality TV, is it doesn't matter. Even if I dislike you, I still kind of lean towards, like, if you really want to win. Like, people who really want to win, who are desperate to win, I'm always fond of. And you can tell he was desperate to win, and it broke his heart to leave. It was nice of Stone Cold to give him the belt, though. That was sweet. I mean, not much of a parting gift, good luck in the Indies, kid. But you get to keep your belt, which is a nice souvenir. Put it on a wall somewhere. Now we're down to 5. I like a couple of them, so most of my favorites are still around. My favorite overall was Skid Marks, Ryan. I just thought he was a good character. I thought that was a really solid gimmick. I understand he might not have been the best in the ring, but of everybody there, I thought his gimmick was the best. Just the very hokey, very over the top, always overdoing things. He's like Heath Slater, but better. Or maybe not as good in the ring, but a better personality. And I thought it would have been very interesting to see him in the WWE. But now, out of the 5 left, I guess I like 2 of them. AJ, there's nothing to say about AJ. I really have no idea why he's still there. He's so dull. And why they took out Matt, but gave this kid a pass and just let him, continue on and on and on, and now he's just injuring people. It's silly. Of them, I think I want Andy to win. Not so much because, he's a big guy, so he's a big hoss, so McMahon will love that. I don't think necessarily he'd be a big star, but I just like his personality. I like him personally. I like that he's there, and he's not messing around. He's not there to have fun. He's not there to drink. He's there for business, and he's there to support his family, and that's always sweet. You gotta love the family, man. Christina would probably be my second choice. I like Alicia Fox, and she's, her sister, a better version of Alicia Fox, and she's kind of feisty, and she's kind of fun, which is, of all the girls, she was my choice as well. So, yeah, I think she'll come back from the injury. I don't think she should be all right. As far as Luke and Jeremiah go, I think that'll probably end up being the final 2, because they're kind of building to that, the BFFs, the bromance, they're facing off in the final 2. In which case, it's up in the air. I think it could go 2 ways. One, they could go for the person who America will enjoy more in Jeremiah, or they could go with Luke. And here's what I hope happens, quite honestly, is I hope Luke wins, and then I hope, a couple months down the line they bring Martin in, just to, as a feud, because I think that could be a lot of fun. I don't know how many people are actually watching Tough Enough. I don't know what the ratings are, that people on Raw would be like, oh yeah, look at this happening, like they would know who Martin is, but I think it would be a good feud, and it would be interesting for sure. It would bring something from this Tough Enough. I'm glad the show came back. I was psyched when it came back. Hasn't quite lived up to my expectations, but it's still been pretty solid. I'm interested to see where it goes. But if any of you get the chance and you haven't seen the previous seasons, I think you should go out of your way to see them. Season 2 with Kenny King and Matt Morgan was probably my favorite. Maybe not talent-wise, but it was the most interesting for sure. So that is all for me. I hope you all enjoy the video, and I'm gonna go watch some Chikara. So namaste.